Live. We are live. I popped you right away. I love it. Folks, we are back. We are live. We are at it again. We're ready to go. It's a Wednesday night. Hump Day is in the books. AEW, easy for me to say, is kicking off tonight. We got 2+ hours of reaction, of alternative commentary. We got so much more. We got lots to talk about. Who's leaving, who's coming, who's going, who's going to take belts. We got lots to debate, lots to talk about. Strap in, strap on, strap on, strap in. Either way, who cares? Let's go. Dun, 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 dun. Ding, ding, ding. We are live, and we are back at it again, folks. I see the chat already filling up. Keep those comments coming in. We will catch up on them all. We got Ricky Starks in the ring already. Life is good. Everything's exciting. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. This man rocking his New York digs. But I will remind everybody, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. I think I've said that a couple times, but I am KJ White, Mr. Every Night, the Iron Man of YouTube, and I am joined by the Master of Mayhem, the
I'll just cut right to the chase. It's a great
judge of the channel.
Right. Yeah, oh, such better words cannot be said, sir. But yes, it's a great day to be me. Aaron Judge is back where he should have been, where he was always going to be with the New York Yankees. We've got.
I was cheering for the Mets just to watch you be upset. Is that bad?
Oh God. Well, we're kicking it off with the Diamond Ring Battle Royal. So we're going to see who's going to be the first person to hold the Diamond Ring outside of MJF.
So we're actually having the Battle Royal, eh? So here we go.
Yeah,
he should come out and win it. He should be the last. He should be the last entrant and be like, "Fuck no, this is my ring. I don't care. I'm the champ."
I honestly, it wouldn't be surprising if he did it.
I'm down. Let's go.
Right. Oh, we got Dustin coming out. Glad to see that. Dustin, the last road here, the last ride.
You know what? I really, really, really want one more send off with. I want Goldust. I want Marlena. I want the whole package one more time. On a WWE stage, and whether he likes it, and he, I mean, he's got to be incredibly proud of what he did as Goldust, and I mean that was such a big part of his career. I think one more big Hollywood entrance from Dusty would be nice.
I could still see it. I could see him. Well, I mean, we're going to see it when he goes into the Hall of Fame. But
yeah, even a Legends night, right? Like,
right.
It'd be nice to see.
Get him and Booker T back together one more time.
Man, that was good shit. And when when he started glitching out.
Why?
By the way, the Battle Royals kicked off. If you want to make a prediction on who you think might win this Battle Royal, lots of names involved.
Yeah, we've got Lee Moriarty, we've got Dalton Castle, we've got Dustin Rhodes, we've got Brian Cage, we've got Ethan Page, we've got the Butcher, Kip Sabian.
Now, by the way, with Kip and Penelope just took on a friend of ours, Jeremy Prophet, who we interviewed here, took on. They did a mixed tag, and they took on the Penelope couple.
There we go. Well, you've been impressed a lot more with Kip and Penelope, as I like to call her.
Listen, I think Penelope surprises us because she came in just as kind of a valet, and I mean, she was kind of an indie girl, but we weren't really sure what we were getting. But every time she kind of gets in the ring, she's pretty good. Like, it's really impressive. She's probably got more upside than some of the ladies that get featured quite a bit. And Kip, you know what? They kind of made him grow up a little. He doesn't feel so childish. He's got a bit of the dark demeanor. To me, it's a little bit better. I mean, he took the box off his head. That's a fucking.
Well, he got the box over, and I don't mind the idea. Honestly, I know I've been a negative Nancy on it, but I don't mind the idea of a feud between Kip and Orange Cassidy.
That works.
It works.
Those two beating each other up right now.
Right.
By the way, Dalton Castle in this as well.
Yeah, and the boys. Well, and we've got Matt Hardy in there as well because where was it? Small Mark saying Hardy is supposed to help Ethan Page, help him win. I'm thinking Hardy cost Page the match. I could see it. I think that we're leading to an eventual feud between those two.
Yeah, I just don't know how much more I want to see Matt Hardy on screen.
Starks for the win. Well, yeah, he kind of needs. He could do with working towards being a backstage personality.
I agree. Kip fighting Orange Cassidy. Orange holding on, but I feel like Kip's about to go bye-bye.
Right. Everybody else is just kind of holding in place, looking at him. Congrats on Judge Nick. It's the right move for.
Oh, I kicked him in the nose.
But for the foundation, JV saying that Judge is not the foundation of World Series team.
Did Orange Cassidy just get eliminated? Sorry, my apologies.
No, you're good. I believe so.
I think the Butcher just yanked him out.
And Kip's now out thanks to Dustin.
Okay, so you're slightly ahead of me. I just got the elimination now.
See, hey.
Seconds.
Close.
The Butcher's a guy I'd like to see. Yeah, Butcher and the Blade really have potential, man. Not to win this, but
they need to find some sort of home base. I could see them. What if they were in House of Black?
Oh shit! I mean, it would be an interesting, as wingman, right? Like it really does. You think 5 really?
You flesh that stable out a little bit. Like I'm not saying it's not bad as it is.
It's better than them hanging out in the stairs with fucking Andrade or Rush or whoever else.
Yeah, they've just been weird hired guns this whole time,
right? Remember when, they debuted, and fucking Butcher came out from under the ring, or through the ring, it was dope, and then it just didn't go anywhere, unfortunately.
Well, he just eliminated Dustin, so Dustin's not going anywhere.
Oh, there you go. Bye-bye, Dusty. Crowd booing hard. What's up, Skye? What's up, Garrett? What's up, Damien? Victor. Big Nick.
Walmart, Larry, Dale, Dro, JV, DeMarcus, everybody. Why?
Swami. Who else?
All right.
Dale.
There we go right to AEW's dead.
AEW's dead. Not yet. It's got a lot of bank.
Dalton Castle with the Kofi spot. The boys save him. Pause.
Yeah. And huge pops. Castle's over, man. And listen, people can say what they want. His entrance is dynamic. It's eye-catching. He's a character. It's something that I feel AEW lacks, is some really good characters. And listen to the crowd going over for Dalton Castle.
Absolutely. As Brian Cage just eliminates him. Oh.
Bye-bye. Thank you, KJ.
Brian looking stiff as hell. Jungle Boy kicked him in the back, and he's like, oh, wait, no, I'm supposed to go over the ropes now.
Yeah, no, don't do that, Brian. That's a bad look, bro.
Man flopped like a damn salmon going over those ropes.
Right? Oh,
Meteora on to Brian Cage from Jungle Boy. Brian Cage out.
They're calling Jungle Boy Jack a lot now. Just straight up Jack. Oh, there goes Cage.
Well, I think they're trying to do it a bit more of he's not the boy with the dinosaur. He's Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Right.
Make it a little more serious. It's like how Statlander lost the alien gimmick.
Right. Now I got picture-in-picture right now. What's up, Larry? What's going on? My name is not Earl. Who else? Clay. How's it going, Clay? How you doing tonight?
No, see, I got to read it right here. I'm watching Deadline Saturday. What? Georgia and Ohio State and Peach Bowl. What?
There you go. It's going to be a good one, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. We are here at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday, and we don't know when we're going home. That's
right. We're covering everything, all the things. We've got Final Battle, which this is the go-home show, essentially, for Final Battle. We've got NXT Deadline. We might stick around for XPW. Might take a peek at, UFC, all of that. What?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a busy night here on the channel. So if you're watching that, tune in, check us out, get all your alternative commentary, get your live reaction, your live results, and the wrestling buddies you can't get in your real life. So it's a good place to be while you're taking in the wrestling.
Right.
Ethan all over Ricky Starks in my little picture-in-picture here. Jungle Boy still in the action. Did we get any predictions on this?
We did affirm a few people, like it was kind of a little all over. We didn't give any.
Shit. I mean, we're down to 6. Out of who's left? Shit.
Jungle Boy.
You're going to go Perrier?
Yeah, I will Perrier.
Perrier.
I drink a Perrier.
Shit. I'll go Starks.
He doesn't fully need it though, because he's already got a guaranteed title shot.
Son of a bitch. Does it give him more credibility going into the title match?
I could see that. I think Jungle Boy could have it if it's in that, keep it in his little back pocket.
Fair enough.
I almost feel like though on one hand a heel has to win it, so they can do like what MJF was using it like the brass knucks and everything. So I think also some people said Ethan Page. That's not a bad.
Ethan Page is not a bad show. A lot of people have been talking about this week.
Naomi and Jade Cargill was at a basketball game. Yes, people can have friends outside of the company.
What does it mean? What does it mean, folks?
Not a goddamn thing except that they're friends.
What's up, John? How you doing, Earl? Or not Earl?
Hey.
I got crabs.
Pause.
You got crabs and a cake?
I was going to say, in another pause? What?
In another pause? Boss, call me Larry.
But don't call him late for dinner.
That's it. The great and wonderful. Right? The gatekeeper.
Right.
What's up, Larry? There's some love going around. I didn't mean to click on that one.
So we've got Ethan Page, Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy's not winning.
Butcher, Jungle
Butcher's
Boy,
not winning.
Hardy. And I'm missing.
Lee's not winning.
Yeah.
I think those are fair shouts.
As the Butcher gets eliminated, Starks with a spear through the ropes.
Starks, then Jungle.
Oh, my jungle love. Yeah. Oh, Oh, Moriarty's gone.
Yep. Okay, so that's 2 down.
Oh, and so is Jungle Boy now.
Jungle Boy not winning shit.
Because Jungle Boy with the Hurricane Rana over the top rope.
Hey, it's W. Morrissey costing Jungle
cash.
Boy. Random
Why
shit. Why is he not in it?
This?
What?
Oh, I said, why isn't W. Morrissey in this? He's somebody.
That's what I said. Jinx,
right.
throw me a beer. Matt Hardy wins this. I'm going to puke a little. It might be Ethan Page at this point. Oh, shit. What is his beef with Jungle Boy? And again, why isn't he in the match?
Right. Is his beef just I'm big and you're small?
I don't get it. Oh my God.
He's too tall and you can't teach that.
Shit. Ricky Starks for the win. See, all right, Victor's with me. But
this battle royal is the first in time to what? Wow. Texas?
Texas.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that.
There you go.
Why is it the House of Black in this? Because there's 3 of them.
Well, at least one of them could be in there. Where's Murph?
Do they need to walk? Does the House of Black need to walk around with a diamond ring?
No, but I mean, I'd rather have like Brody King in this than fucking Lee Moriarty.
Well, I get that, but I think they'd have to take the L either way. You're not going to. I think they don't go in unless they're going to win it, because I like them now if they just show up and destroy everything.
Why is Lee still in this?
That's not Lee.
I mean, shit, my bad. Why is he still in here?
Sean Dean, Ethan Page, Matt Hardy, and Ricky Starks. So this is an interesting final 4.
See, this is where I get confused, where you have other people sitting in the back where Sean Dean's getting a rub.
Yeah, just out of the blue, though. That's the thing, is they just drop them in. There's no build, there's no story, there's no nothing. It's just, here you go.
And I've never seen so many wrestlers trade contracts and shit. It's the weirdest shit. Can't wait for the 6-woman tag match.
And Dean's out, so now we're going to get the breakdown between Matt Hardy and Ethan Page, it looks like. So your shout of Ricky Starks may not be, a bad one.
Right? We're getting close. Because Matt's going to turn on Page.
We're getting delete chance.
Oh, he's making the delete face. He looks like a badger.
Just remember, when you're doing that, you got to go straight across. You can't go up in any sort of way. 2-on-1 now. So either we're going to get them
wait.
teaming up, or I think we're going to get the turn. And Matt, oh, my guy, you're starting to lose it up top there.
Right, a little bit, a little bit.
Oh, a lot of it. Oh, Hardy out after he was going for the twist of fate. So we're down to Ethan Page versus Starks.
Okay. Yes. Bye-bye, Hardy.
Oh.
Jack Perry gone.
Tornado DDT.
You, Mio, ow.
Okie dokie.
Karaoke. He's too tall.
And you can't teach that. Wow.
Boss loves his moistness. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, did you mean
Smurfy?
Smurfy?
Oh, Ethan Page out. Starks wins. They almost did like the Rock Big Show spot to where they kind of both
go over
the
top.
Yes,
Ricky.
But Starks.
No, I thought the final two had to have a match like the next week. Am I wrong about that in the past?
I feel like that might be an impact. I don't think you're wrong.
I'm curious.
It actually does sound really familiar. It also sounds a little bit like an Impact thing. MJF coming out right now.
See, this is where that's trying to get in the mind of the guy booking, right? And you're going, okay,
right.
The guy who's about to face the champ, who's the only other ring holder, right? Not a bad show. Right. I mean, you can see where they're going with it.
I get it, but it's a little bit of redundancy, I feel, of, okay, so you have a title shot, so you won another one.
Yeah. Well, now, here comes MJF with Triple B.
Shout out the guy in the front row, looking like Big J, holding up a sign saying MJF is the real
Judas. You heard it from Jesus, folks.
Right?
Christian made a deal with Morrissey. Is that just a guess?
It probably happened on some, one of the YouTube videos or in a tweet or something.
Listen to the cheering.
Oh,
he's getting booed.
So he's saying about how Danielson's afraid of him.
Interesting. Willie Riggs.
a four-time.
Okay, so he's saying if I beat Ricky Starks next week, I get the ring.
Is it that like the winner of the Battle Royal has to challenge the past holder or something?
That's not how it was in the past. The final two had a match.
It's a little convoluted when it comes to AEW, I won't lie. But MJF is gold on the mic. It's getting a little
bit gold, and he's over as shit. Like the babyface is standing there getting trounced right now. It's insane.
Right. And is it a little odd though that they've like gone to try and trademark the Reign of Terror, and people are saying how he's made himself a new nickname with Mystic Max and everything. It's like, okay, you don't need all the catchphrases and everything.
Right. Oh, now we're getting a STFU. That's so lame to say it like that. I take that back, folks.
Oh, and he quotes The Rock with his, the Rudy Poo candy ass pause.
Right.
You're a dollar store Dwayne.
Wow. A dollar store.
I'm going to start calling you the Pebble. So we have the Pebble. Now.
Wow. How could this guy not get over it? Oh, by the way, next week his winner is coming.
That came up really fucking quick.
'Tis the season.
All right.
Here comes MJF. Starks challenges for the diamond ring. See, that's the weirdest shit ever.
I'm going to skip your little scrawny pigeon-toed ass. He's saying I was going to put him in his pocket, go to the nearest body of water, and skip his. God damn.
Put you back on YouTube where you belong.
I don't care about your feelings, Texas.
Trying to pull in some heel heat, but he's too good.
Oh no, he's The Rock when he was a heel and everything was still getting a pop and a reaction and everything. And see, the Yankees already signed one generational talent, and now we've got the other generational talent in professional wrestling on my screen right now. It's a great day to be me.
Right. But he just walked all over your baby face. Ricky's got to have something to say. Let's go. Getting some Ricky chance. Chance.
But I think we're going to go back to the, you're a knockoff Miz thing.
What did he say?
I missed it. Oh, Maxi Pad. Pause.
Oh, shit. And he called him a what? Low rent Roddy Piper? Wow, they're chanting Maxi Pad at this man right now.
Right. Why? Because the low-hanging fruit's running dry. You smell like paint in an ass, you spray tan. God damn, Ricky.
Nice. I just said they walked all over Ricky. This is awesome. This is actually really good.
Ricky Starks is a star.
Ricky's 100%. A star, man. I completely agree. I think we've been beating that drum for a long time. Like, give this man some love.
Right. That's why I'm excited for this title match. 100%. I'm excited for this title match. I just don't think he needed, the other guaranteed one like we just talked about. But no, this is going to be a hell of a match. And it's the first AEW title match that hasn't involved Moxley, Jericho, or Omega, I feel. Or Punk.
The cheap suits. The cheap heat.
Yeah. The thing is, I wouldn't really even compare Ricky Starks to The Rock. That comparison doesn't work that great for me.
I get it. I mean,
but
that Miami vibe, right? Like,
yeah. Yeah, like Dale says, this is 100% the best Ricky Starks promo I've ever heard.
I like the one when he first turned babyface and then Hobbs broke his neck from behind. But this is outstanding. Absolutely. This is one of my favorite AEW segments in a hot second.
Well, this has been the first one in a while that we've literally both just like, all right, stop talking.
Just quiet. Yeah, we're just quiet. I know people right now you're tuning in. Thank you for being here, folks. Don't forget, like, subscribe. We are watching AEW Dynamite, and MJF and Ricky Starks are hammering one home right now.
Oh, this is knocking this out of the fucking park. This is still what you tune into AEW for. I know we've been negative at times with it. This is 100% what you tune into AEW.
You give credit where it's due, Nick. And I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, when you book some stupid shit, we're gonna tell you it's stupid shit. But this solid. And Ricky Starks, like I said, MJF walked all over him, and I thought that's where it was gonna end.
Right.
This is outstanding for Ricky to rise to the occasion.
Oh, absolutely. You think because you pay people, because you kiss it.
Listen, I love this shit. The swag on this man, folks. Yeah, Ricky.
Hold toe with MJF, probably the best on the stick, pause, in professional wrestling. And Ricky's going toe-to-toe with him, and not a lot of people can do that.
Man, you strap the fucking TNT title to this kid, and you let him show up most weeks, and talk shit and hold that belt and have really good matches, it's money. It's money. Because you know he's not going to go over on MJF, but you cannot forget about him coming outside of it.
Next, I agree fully with what you said of make it the workhorse title in everything in AEW. But that was great right there. Of next week, I'm smacking the mole off your neck. I'm walking an asshole in you, and I'm taking the AEW championship. What? Queuing up that Stone Cold. What? Low blow from MJF.
Yeah, just kick him in the nuts. Fuck it.
Just
oh, yeah. Okay, well said.
Right. And my counter argument is dick kick.
You know what? MJF has like a fucking cheeky low blow. When he does that little top kick, it's the funniest shit.
It looks like he's kicking him in the shin. Oh, MJF's gonna. Oh, spear.
Oh.
MJF was setting up for the ring and just got decleated by a spear from Starks.
Nice. This was such a fucking huge segment for Ricky Starks. And listen to the crowd. A guy that got over babyface enough that people are aggravated with MJF again. I like it.
Right. And MJF, literally, he's out of his shoes. He's all stumbling around. And the pop that Ricky Starks got just picking up the belt and everything.
Right. Speared him out of his shoes. The man lost his shoes.
Do you think that when, and I'll say when because I feel like it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be this time. But when MJF loses the title, is Starks the one that ultimately does it? Maybe he loses this time clearly. And then he's the one that finally does it. He comes all the way back around to it.
It's hard to say, man, because there is such a internal fanfare with certain people where you don't know. Kenny could take that belt and run with it for a while again. Adam Page could have that belt. Oh, we owe him another run because the last run wasn't fair. No, he sucks.
Right.
Oh, now I'm getting a Darby hype video.
We're getting Darby versus Joe for the TNT title.
It's a bit of a random match heading into Ring of Honor this weekend.
A little bit, but it does still make sense. It kind of comes with the territory. If you're double champ, you should actually defend both titles. Just saying. But it's interesting. Of Darby's been kind of just floating around in the wind, and we feel like it's been more Samoa Joe and Wardlow and Hobbs. They still have their whole thing that they need to
figure out, right?
Versus we're going to get Darby Allin versus Joe. Darby, last I knew, was still had the stuff involved with Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett and all that.
Right.
Up next, we'll hear from Jon Moxley.
Jon Moxley.
The man who still won't go on a goddamn vacation.
Yeah, go away.
Lost the title and go home. Go relax.
Right. I don't want to hear Wild Thing anymore. Well, folks, we are in a commercial break. I will remind everyone, if you are just tuning in, we appreciate you being here. We are here all week long, and we got a crazy show coming this Saturday. We're live at 3:30 p.m. for the alternative commentary for the live reaction watch party. Saturdays are always a party, Nick, and we're looking forward to Ring of Honor Final Battle. We're looking forward to NXT Deadline. Finally, about a week to go, and I finally got those out of my mouth.
There we go. We got it finally.
But yes, 2 pay-per-views, and then we don't know when we're going to go home. We might leave then, depending on how we feel. Then we might be here all night. There's XPW, there's a UFC, there's other shit going on. We are going to just start and stop wherever. So, right. To Jay's question, highly possible, especially with this guy.
Right, just a little bit. I mean, we've got Patty the Batty, so I might be keeping an eye.
Right. It's a good card. I mean, it's hard not to.
Right.
Asuka might be going back to her old gimmick again. About time. Let's do something.
What has changed in Asuka's gimmick realistically from when she started in NXT till now?
Not much. She didn't
talk
much.
So it's.
I think they mean like she's going to go back to winning.
Okay. You're right. She's going to win. Okay, yeah. I'm cool with that.
There we go. Did you see Raw get the worst rating in 30 years, dude? The third hour of Raw, 1.5.
Just the third hour of the whole show?
I believe the third hour was 1.2, but the overall show was 1.5. That's
But also
insane.
then all of AEW's shows were down as well. So it could just be that week. We've seen it even on our channel and everything. But at times it kind of just fluctuates a little bit.
No, it happens, but that's low, dude.
Yeah.
And now you got to think, and I keep saying this, realistically, if you still had CM Punk on your roster, if CM Punk was being featured tonight, maybe at Ring of Honor we're getting a CM Punk Daniel Bryan match, for old time's sake.
Right.
And you're at 1.2 million, and Raw does 1.2 million in their third hour. Don't you get to feel like you get to walk around with like cock of the walk for a day or two? Don't you think Tony would be tweeting like, "Oh my God, look at this. We're taking out giants." So, I mean, that's where the numbers matter. And I mean, instead of doing 800,000, you could be doing really, really close to the WWE. Really close.
You were almost there, and then you just go in the opposite way now.
You have it. You can't keep losing valuable people.
Right. And now I've got Moxley on my screen. So we're following
No wild thing.
Yeah, we've just got him backstage.
I feel like Paige is going to come out of nowhere and beat the shit out of him.
Oh, I forgot that they got into it and everything, that he's back.
Yeah, that's where we're heading with that. I guess winter is coming. We're going to get Moxley and Paige.
Not a bad show. There's got to be some gimmick that they're going to attach to that. It's going to be like a lights out match or,
Yeah, falls count
anywhere. Ball or some bullshit.
A Moxley insanity match.
Yeah, Moxley Asylum match. The Ambrose Asylum will come to AEW.
Right? Just call it the Moxley Asylum. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of surprising. I did not expect Adam Page to come tropping out and take on Moxley. And they fought like they had beef forever. But dude, I feel bad. I hate to laugh at people's misfortune. But Moxley running right off the fucking stage was pretty fucking hysterical. He just sprinted, and then you could see his feet. He couldn't stop himself. There's nothing under me right now. Easy, Coyote.
Right.
What? No. What?
Right. What? Wrong. Agree to disagree.
Oh, I like that. Wrong.
I'm sorry.
Darby on the way out. Let's get some predictions.
Dun, dun, you got Darby or Joe?
Darby.
Really?
Darby.
I'm taking Joe. Easy. Samoa Joseph wins this.
I like him being
tribal chief of TV titles wins this.
Yeah, I just wonder if Darby beats him tonight and he loses on Saturday as well.
And he just loses both his titles that fast? He just got him and then just to fucking lose him? Why? What? Does he follow Regal right out the door? Because there was that interview where he's very much a Liam Regal and a Papa Paul guy.
Did you imagine we're getting the band back together, bitches?
Right?
Let Tony know.
The family's getting back together. And speaking of family, Cliff, what up? See? New member of the family right there. Mr. Cliff.
Cliff. Everybody be nice to Cliff.
Right.
Cliff, welcome to the channel. Folks, Cliff is definitely going to be involved as we move forward, joining the family. So big shout out to Cliff. Big shout out to CJ. Big shout out to Ashley Rose. Big shout out to you, Nick.
Aw. Yes, big shout out to everybody. My brother from another mother, my sister from another mister. Everybody.
Joe Smash. I love Joe. I hate betting against him. I'm just trying to, again, I'm trying to feel my inner Tony.
The man just flawlessly looks like a badass, though. Like his little walkaway spots on like a.
Oh, it's the best shit.
Right. You just walk out and you agree with, even if you've never watched Samoa Joe once, and you hear that Joe's going, "Oh man, you," and you're like, "Yep, I could see that 100%."
Right. This is gonna be a good match, folks. Get your predictions in. How come on the title it says Bryan Danielson versus Dax Harwood when it happened last weekend? Also, who's your pick? Wait, where? Huh?
On our what?
Oh, on our title. I just didn't change it.
Oh Lord.
Good catch, buddy.
And well, that match already happened, and Ricky Starks won the diamond ring.
Right.
That
did happen. Good catch.
Audio. 28 likes, small mark. What? Yeah, so let's keep getting them thumbs up, those likes. Do like they do at the start and end of every match, ring that bell notification, because like KJ said, even on Saturday, we're going to show up 3:30 o'clock. Don't know when we're going to go home. Covering Ring of Honor, covering NXT, covering AEW, covering WWE, covering UFC, covering XPW. What? Right. Christ, there'll probably be some GCW show going on at some point too.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, we stumble upon all types of shit and we just watch it, and that's how we roll. So,
right.
I'm just doing a little edit on the title.
No, you're good.
That's like someone pointing out your flyers down.
Is Rampage and Dark a brand or just randoms fighting? No, it's their developmental, says AW fans, as Samoa Joe's lifting up the mat on the outside. So we've got exposed concrete right now. Now, do we follow the rules of wrestling, though, of he who sets it up must go through it? So Joe's taking like a coffin drop onto that or something?
Yeah, generally. But then again, we could get some type of Joe ain't messing around, man.
Oh, no. We've got Darby already getting splatted on the outside. Never bet against Samoa Joseph. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard to go against Samoa Joe. It really is.
Right.
I'm only doing it because I'm like, what if?
Well, because it's Tony Khan. You got in the mind of a crazy person. And I know I kind of live there, but even I'm not that crazy.
Yeah, maybe he's like, I just want Joe to represent Ring of Honor, not both.
Well, we've heard about how he finds the, people talking about how much AEW or Ring of Honor's on AEW, hilarious or interesting, at least, I believe. And it's how ridiculous. He's going to make sure that they're going to get more slotted times out. And, Darby goes splat onto the concrete. As even Joe's just like, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like 35 to 40% of your show each week being dedicated to NXT. Just in the middle of fucking
You've had your Ring of Honor world title main event over your world title
4 out of 6 weeks.
Right.
4 out of 6 weeks. Not even your TNT champions being defended. Except
right.
Right. And I'm not knocking it. It's just not a good look. It's not good for the fan base that you're trying to grow. And people can give me all the reasons and song and dances, but there's workarounds. You have 2 YouTube channels that could have easily harbored a Ring of Honor show.
Yeah. Juice Robinson cost Joe the match. Says we've
got
that coming up, that final battle. That's possible, Vic. Scott says, glad the Con Mom is getting better. Shout out. Are FTR going to defend the Ring of Honor titles and against who? We were actually, Small Mark, we were talking about this before we went live earlier we have no Ring of Honor title match or tag title match at Final Battle. You have nothing.
I think it's going to be the Ass Boys. I think it's going to be the Ass Boys, which is a little bit of really. I don't know how I feel about it. People are going to say I like the Ass Boys. I don't dislike the Ass Boys.
Pause. I'm going back to
I know this is just a weird fucking
that so much.
Right? But yeah, I think FTR might end up losing tonight because of the Ass Boys.
Yeah, we could. I think that match ends in shenanigans.
Yes.
I don't think, oddly enough, as much as I'd want FTR to leave with the AEW tag titles, I don't think it happens.
You don't think it? No, I don't think it happens. I really don't, dude.
I want to touch this one of Dave Meltzer said Chris Jericho makes the Ring of Honor Championship look amazing. That's from his mouth.
Know what else is from his mouth? I don't know. Anyway,
he's got a lot of peacock in there.
Listen, I'll make something. This is just my opinion. You can share it with me if you want. I don't know. Dave Meltzer's full of shit. Dave Meltzer, to me, as a fan of The Observer for so many years, the man, to me, at this point, has no credibility. It's embarrassing. I feel bad for him. And I don't know nothing. And anybody that's a fan of his could say, oh, well, fucking Meltzer knows whatever. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. He is so wedged in the ass cracks of the AEW core. You can't believe anything he says, first and foremost. And second, anybody agree with that assessment of Chris Jericho? Would the last 3 whatever months it's been that Jericho's had this fucking belt not be better suited if you had a guy like Bandito or a guy like Cesaro or Daniel Bryan or someone else who represent the company? All those main event matches going to high-end talent. Everyone, oh, Bandito, Chris Jericho was awesome. Fucking Bandito had to slow down for the tortoise so they could get across that fucking finish line. So to me, Ring of Honor is getting, again, they think they're highlighting it. It's not good. It's not good matches. It's not good angles. Chris Jericho's full of shit. Meltzer's full of shit. And it's embarrassing. And it's one of the reasons why this company continues to float around, 900,000 fans on a good day.
Because I'm old, I'm tired, and I work with children.
A fucking men.
Right. Well, I was about to say it's that, or just doing
shit.
from Malcolm in the Middle of the future is now, old man, of when it comes to Meltzer.
Dude.
So Darby going splat on the outside. Are we going to get a count out?
I don't know. They were actually checking.
Yeah, man has not moved. We're at 5 right now.
The longest kill.
You muted. Still done. Darby gets in the ring. So I'll run through these while this man's quiet.
There you
go. Happy birthday to the only 3-time champion John Moxley. Is it his birthday? I'm not sure.
Happy birthday, buddy. Go get some.
AEW needs stories. 100%. They need actual continuity.
Look how good that Ricky Starks and MJF segment was.
Right.
That was unbelievable. And that's how you build a story. Now you want to see that match. Even if you're not that familiar with Ricky Starks, you're like, holy shit, that guy just went toe-to-toe with the champ. Like, now you want to see it. If you were a casual fan and just caught that shit, you want to tune in because of good story.
Right. And 2 count after a big boot and a senton from Joe on to Darby. But it's even, if we're going and looking at WWE, since we talked about that briefly before, Joe just caught Darby going for his little tope there.
Yeah.
Oh, into the steps. But the biggest thing we took away from Survivor Series, the biggest thing going on right now in WWE is the whole Sami Zayn thing, which is all just storytelling.
Story.
Right.
The Uzi story of the year, buddy. No,
coffin drop onto Joe.
This kid is incredible. Like, as far like made out of rubber. It's fucking insane. Right.
And he's got the
oh, Joe down.
This match will end at Bennigan's. Why?
Listen, I mean, I just called the way I see it, and I'm giving a perspective of a fan. And at the end of the day, people can say whatever they want about negativity, blah, 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 blah. But the assessment is this. It's fucking bad. It's god awful. If he had any other job, he'd get fired. If he was an actual reporter with, like credentials, then he would be dismissed from that. Like, you can't just make up your own fucking angles unless you're, well, I mean, your country, it's a little different, but whatever.
Right, yeah. We can kind of say whatever the fuck we want.
Shit.
But so then I'll take your poll, thumbs up or thumbs down, of who's more credible, us or Dave Meltzer? Who's more, impartial? Who actually knows what the fuck is going on?
Listen, Meltzer, everything he does is slanted for AEW, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if he got, caught them in the middle of a fucking circle jerk or a gangbang, and he just said, I have to be in on this. I don't know what it is, but the guy used to, report good wrestling, and you would look for the Observer. Now it's like, dude, it's so, how many times in the last 2 years has he said something that's come out to be completely and utterly fucking false?
Right.
Especially when it pertains to something happening in the WWE.
Well, and you can very much, and I'll say it at the end of this, but very much you can tell his bias as we got a big Uranagi from Joe, and then coffin drop cuts him in the coquina clutch.
Get him. Oh, shit. No, Joe ain't fucking around.
Darby's stiffer than a 2x4. Oh, he's going to gouge at Joe's eyes, it looks like. Come on, Darby. Go for it.
Hack the bone. Hack the bone.
Oh, Darby's eyes are rolling over.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Do you think someone else could have been in this spot for this match? that Darby didn't really need to take this loss because we've had Darby kind of fluttering.
Yes, but I also feel like it did make Darby at least feel a little bit more credible because we've talked about it. I feel like Darby's kind of star of being one of the pillars of AEW is starting to slide a little.
And a big win for. I mean, it makes Joe look good going into.
Oh, absolutely! This makes Joe look like a fucking beast right now if he didn't already. But it still holds proof for Darby because you instantly thought he had a chance of this was an actual solid. This is a good match between these two. It's not just Joe's getting fed somebody he's going to just choke out, and Darby's not dealing with Jeff Jarrett anymore.
Right, Jack, good to see you. I thought you won. Oh, I guess it was Ricky Starks. Right. I thought Jack won the battle royal, but it was Ricky.
Yakety yak! Don't doubt Jack. What?
Oh, Darby not happy.
Joe with the skateboard.
Oh, Joe ain't fucking around.
Do a kickflip.
Oh, he got the skateboard. It looks better put together than Chorus.
Right. Well, it's an actual real skateboard. Granted, it looks like it just came out of the packaging today.
Right.
Thing looks cleaner than right off the shelf.
Yes. Thank you, Damien.
Joe versus Hager for the title, I believe.
No.
Title versus Bucket Hat.
I thought he was fighting Juice.
Oh!
What did he say? Did he just give him a muscle buster on the
super muscle buster onto the skate wheel? Oh, that had to hurt like a son of a bitch. See, it's the things like that you like. Everybody's like tried to be a little skateboard at one point and had a skateboard go into their shins or something. Like you've talked about, if like stepped on a Lego or something, or bumped a toe or something. That it's the fucking pains like that everybody gets. And it's just like, oh, yeah. Where's Sting?
Next week, Earl. Next week. Earl.
And now Joe's still just choking him out as the officials.
Oh my God, this seems unnecessary.
Well, I see where we're going here.
Yeah, but it was taking forever to get there.
Yeah.
So this is
going to come out the second he got the skateboard. You're like, wait, no, I have to wait until he almost kills the man before I can go out.
Wait a minute, it's Wardlow.
JV, I think it might be Birdhouse. What? Blind Habitat or AI Workshop. No, it might be Element.
Right.
It's a zero board. Wardlow. So Wardlow comes out to save Darby and just runs him off.
But that wasn't like that took forever. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
It should have been after that, and then say Wardlow comes out, once Joe hits the muscle buster onto the skateboard. All right, now you've gone too far. You're gonna hurt somebody. Not you've got to wait until he's sitting there choking the man out.
Right. Meltzer's washed up, sell out. No, I don't have to say anything else, Cliff. I'm with you. But no, it just like I said, I'm coming from a point of view of a fan, like we all are, and I mean it's just disappointing, right? Like fucking we're turning to you to get some insight, and you're slanting everything. But why? Like, what did you fall in love with?
Meltzer drivers and all so on and so forth.
Yeah, I bet there was some Meltzer drivers.
Right, the Meltzer got driven. What? Pause.
Oh, pause.
Accusations.
Accusations.
But so we're setting up, like we talked about earlier, we're setting up Orange Cassidy and Kip Sabian because we just got them right now backstage with Tony Schiavone.
I like Kip. Go Kip.
It's interesting that's come full circle. Wrong one. We're not watching Monday Night Raw. And right now we're going into a commercial, folks. There we go. So, folks, you got just me right now as we are in a commercial so far. Just about a little under an hour in to AEW Dynamite. So far, honestly, not a bad show. Honestly, pretty solid. Probably one of the better Dynamites that they've had in a bit, at least better than last week. Small Mark says, I will give Darby credit. He always puts on great matches, has a good way for making you say, oh, that has to hurt. Absolutely, 100%. But does that get into a little bit of the Jeff Hardy territory of sometimes you kind of just do spots to do spots and you can't always just wrestle in that car crash style of it eventually gets negative towards your health. It gets you to where you can't tell a story beyond that. So there is that bit of a double-edged sword with it. But I do get what you're saying of the man. I don't know what he's made of, because the man takes insane bumps, coffin drops off the stage, like we just saw a muscle buster onto a skateboard, and still, keeps on ticking, takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Allin Wardlow versus Joe and his partner of his choice next week. Retro, that's not a bad show. I feel like that would be very much something that they would do, but who would team with Samoa Joe? Do we get Hobbs and Joe teamed up together or something like that? I don't know who Joe would have as an ally. Miro returns Friday. I hope so. If that's actually been reported, if someone could actually confirm that while I'm on here, but 100%. That's the big thing that we've been talking about, is where the hell is Miro? What are we doing with him? We've got Jeff Jarrett coming out on our screen. We're getting a ton of TV time for Matt Hardy. But we have and Christ, Lee Moriarty, but we have nothing to do with Miro. What? You didn't like last week? No, it was mid for me. 100% of it had its good moments, but it also very much, I feel like, kind of died out on the back end. And that seems to honestly at times be the issue with AEW, is they almost front load everything coming out of, people that were just tuning into Big Bang Theory, pause, or whatever, and they just think that, they'll just keep it rolling while AEW's on, but they don't build for a full show, it feels like at times. Well, I'm shocked Jeff Hardy lasted longer than Mick Foley. But did he really, though? I mean, one's, having to seek help and the other's, giving help. And we're getting a Jericho video package right now. Oh, I feel bad for you, 45-year-old Darby, though. Yes, absolutely. That's, again, like I said, of the car crash style wrestling's going to catch up with you. I like Moxley cutting back on. Yes, again, that's another big thing of, it was to the point where we would joke on stream of Moxley basically had a paper mache forehead of the man got color in every single match. And that's AEW's biggest problem, is they do things to death. They do things over and over and over again, to the point to where they no longer feel special. They no longer are catching. They're no longer a draw. They're no longer attention getting, because they've done it so many times. But tonight we are getting Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. So what's left of, I guess, the Blackpool Combat Club, if there is still a Blackpool Combat Club, going against the Jericho Appreciation Society. As we're getting Claudio right now, so are we getting this match now? Anthony, hi Nick, with William Regal leaving, do you see a possibility of adding a fifth member to Blackpool Combat Club? I almost wonder if they're still going to happen. That's the thing. Well, we've got now, so we are getting it right now. We're getting Claudio and Yuta coming out with Moxley walking them out. So it looks like we are still getting Blackpool Combat Club staying together, even with, I think at this point, Regal leaving. So folks, let me know your prediction for this match. We've got Blackpool Combat Club versus Jericho Appreciation Society. We've got, Claudio versus the Bucket Hat. We've got Yuta versus Garcia. Let me know who you take it. I think it's I'm just hoping for Blackpool Combat Club, but I almost feel like it follows the weird rules of wrestling of, if the babyface goes over on the go-home show, they don't go over on the pay-per-view. So I feel like, I'm changing my mind. So I think the Jericho Appreciation Society picks up the win. I think maybe Hager, gets a win or something like that, because the man somehow managed to get a bucket hat over. But I think that Claudio is going to beat Jericho. I guess we're getting into a little of final battle predictions, but I think that Claudio is going to win at the pay-per-view, so he can take the loss tonight, because I don't see Claudio ending up in the Jericho Appreciation Society. That's a lot to say. As we've got Sammy Guevara walking them out right now. And God damn, Hager looks. I hate that hat as a sign. He just looks so goofy in like his MMA trunks and a purple bucket hat. And the man looks like he's got an extra bucket hat. If someone literally just has a Chris Jericho tattoo, they show that on camera. If someone just has on their side Chris Jericho when he came out on WWE. So we've got Y2J as a tattoo. Just what the am I out to lunch here on the Chris Jericho thing of I'm not a fan anymore. I was a fan of him before, 100% growing up, from his days in WCW to all his time in WWE. I even didn't mind him initially when he was in AEW, and now it's just gotten to the point of it's too goddamn much. BCC for the win. Scott says the fans win. That's not a bad shout. 100%. That super muscle buster spot from Joe to Darby was nasty on the skateboard. Absolutely, John. That had me going. Ugh. Mike says BCC. Michael says, so we got Mike and Michael. What? Michael says there's a DQ. And Claudio's got the bucket hat. So we're going to get Claudio with the hat too. Claudio's putting the hat on. And Hager's, don't you dare. Don't. Wow. The AEW has managed to get a bucket hat over. Oh, and he boots it like he did the beach ball, for those who remember. So a lucky fan got Hager's purple hat. Jake Hager looks like Biff tried to cosplay as a Backstreet Boy. Little bit there, JV. I have the BCC winning. Cool, Anthony. Over under plus 2.5. We the people chance during this match. Not a bad show. Are you saying 2.5 people, or we get it chanted 2.5 times? Because I don't know if we might just get one. I don't know if we get 3 We the People chants, because that'd be the over there. Santa Claus is in the crowd. Well, we already did see, I guess, Jesus earlier. So now I got to try and see if I can see Santa here. Curtis BCC, Larry BCC. Scott, I'm still a fan of Jericho, but I do have a bias because I'm friends with his dad. Oh, okay, Scott. Shout out. Interesting. Maybe, tell Chris's dad to, like and subscribe and all of that, as all of you should. You should be telling everybody, what. We just passed 1K and we're still moving onwards and upwards. Big things popping, little things stopping, up to some season never stops. Like you said, like we were talking about earlier, just added Cliff to the team, still got Ashley, still got CJ, still always got things in the works, folks. So 100% you should be telling everybody whether it's Chris Jericho's dad, whether it's your dad, whether it's the families you got over for the holiday dinners and everything, 100% tell them about the Wrestling for Life Network. Damn, I saw Gore's sign, man. I haven't heard Gore in such a long time. AEW is always good for some interesting signs. I'll give them that. Mostly around video games. But so right now I've got Claudio and Hager going at it. I'll ask this early. So what's your early predictions, folks, for Claudio versus Jericho at Final Battle for the Ring of Honor World title? Does Jericho make Claudio become a member of the Jericho Appreciation Society, or does Claudio leave with the Ring of Honor title he should have never lost? We want Regal chants. I don't know if I've heard those. Jay, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole because I like being on YouTube. And enough said right there. I don't agree at all with the thing that man said. And I, as someone who has the same mental health symptoms, well, to the extent of we both have bipolar disorder, fun fact. But I don't agree with anything that man said, and I'm not going to touch on anything that man has said, period. Not JV, no, you do you, no. Chris Jericho has a tour. Yeah, I saw that he's in like Australia, what have you, if that's why he hasn't been on AEW, which is a fucking blessing in disguise. I think at Final Battle, Claudio beats Jericho. So Damien says Claudio, 2 count right now from Hager on Claudio. Small Mark, you call it, fans say we the people. Okay, so we did get a we the people chant. Okay. But we still have to, for Small Mark to be right, or to at least, for anyone that took the over, I guess, on that, we, you need to get 3. Good job, Nick. Thank you, Curtis. I don't know what you're saying good job for, but good job to you too, sir. I appreciate it. Sean Claude beats Jericho Segal at Final Battle. Oh, my name is Notaro. That's probably one of the funniest comments I've read tonight, of just calling him, Jericho Segal 100%, because that man, he thinks he's over like Rover, and just he's fantastic in his own mind and only his own mind. AEW needs to have reasons to watch. The only things are Page versus Mox and what's next for MJF. Very valid point there, Jay. As right now I've got Yuta and Starks Garcia going at it. Has Garcia's got that weird like suction cup treatment, marking still going on his back as we're setting up for a superplex. Oh, superplex from Yuta onto Garcia. But yeah, we were talking about it earlier of how they don't have anything going for FTR right now. What? We went so long, like Wardlow was building up as one of their biggest champions, and now he's kind of just floating in the wind. What? Same thing with Darby, who was supposed to be pillar. What? Jake, what up? As we are in picture right now, as Hager's coming in as a house of fire. So why? I get it. Why have all the action during the fucking picture? What do you think, Jamie Hader? Going to tell Tony Schiavone when they have the interview. I'm not going to write the woman's promo for her. I'm sure the woman can, cut a decent promo her whole self. No, I'm waiting to see what they're going to do now with Jamie Hader. The AEW women's division has been extremely interesting. Obviously, the WWE women's division, to me, seems kind of on fire right now. We got the potential of Rhea versus Becky. We've got Alexa versus Bayley to see who faces Bianca. We've got people talking about Asuka, I guess going back to her winning ways earlier. There's a lot going on in the WWE women's division right now in AEW. I feel like there's kind of not a whole lot we've got Jamie Hader, and that's about it. We've got still Britt, but do we instantly go right to the Britt versus Jamie feud? Because I'm here for it, but we need to fully either do that or pissing it off the pot moment. What's next for Saraya? She just had to have a second surgery, I believe. When are we going to get Thunder Rosa coming back? Is Thunder Rosa going to come back, to be honest? We still don't know really what's going on with Tony Storm, but we make sure we get Rio back and all of that. The AEW women's division needs to kind of course correct here, like at least the men's division has. Hopefully. Claudio will beat Jericho. Jericho had a decent run, made it interesting. Made it interesting wrestling and highlighted too many INGs there that threw me off. The past Ring of Honor champs. If you're doing that as reminding people of who was in Ring of Honor, I guess maybe, but you did need to do that with Jericho, and it's been an ongoing thing with Jericho of his feuds with Eddie Kingston, his feud with Blackpool Combat Club. They just went on so goddamn long. I want to see DMD versus Jamie Hader. It needs to happen. I think we're going to eventually get there, but yeah, I think we're going to build there. I think that's a story you need to let play out, but you need something in the meantime. I cannot wait until Adesanya gets his belt back. Alex is having a Juliana Pena moment. He's also beaten Adesanya in kickboxing before as well, so I don't know if it's fully Juliana Pena over Amanda Nunes moment. Where do you leave Liv Morgan? Teaming up with Tegan Knox, probably. That's probably where I'd go with that. We need to put some actual respect on the women's tag titles, the main roster women's tag titles, as we're out of picture right now, folks, and we're getting Starks and God, why do I keep calling him Starks? I'm pulling a KJ. We've got Garcia and Yuta going at it, and Yuta with the little rewind there into a German suplex. Cup of haters. He just pissed me off. No, you're fine. I don't know what you did there, but you're all good, JV. Just I don't want to give attention to dipshits, and that's really the way it is. So that's my view on it. We're here to talk wrestling, not to talk about, cup of haters. I wish Eddie Kingston would have won the title. I think his run was wasted and has passed. Oh, Smile Mark, you're speaking straight to my soul with that comment there. 100% of Christ. I feel like I'm kind of the Eddie Kingston in this channel here at this point. And Christ, I got the Yankees shirt on and everything. But what? But no, I'm just agreeing that Eddie Kingston should have won the title. And now it's, what do you do with him?
They buried him. They haven't done shit with him. Another guy that got, I know someone in here knows.
Claudio with a terrible hurricane off the top on the Hager. That man just went. Boop.
Did you see the one on Raw? The botch? Oh shit, that was awful. Did you see the one between? Was it who? Theory and Ali botch?
Ali? No.
Yeah. Supposed to be like a stop up, like where he goes for the Hurricane Rana and he pulls him back up spot.
Right.
And they just collapsed. And
just no.
And I mean, so awkward.
I'll give him credit. I mean, my big ass couldn't do that, but if you're trained to do it.
Danny is back. Yuta up to the top.
Yuta with a big splash, and now we're back
who'd you pick?
Claudio and Hager. What?
Who'd you pick?
Jericho Appreciation Society, honestly.
Okay.
Because I think Claudio wins the pay-per-view. Swinging. Hager's going swinging. Nine, 10. We get the 10 swings. No, I think we just follow that whole theory of the babyface doesn't win before they win at the pay-per-view. 2 count.
JV, I thought he broke his neck. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, he folded like a cheap chair.
Unfortunately, I don't see Eddie working in WWE. Maybe a GCW champ. Eddie versus Nick Gage would be intriguing. No, I don't want to see that. I could see it, but I don't want to see it.
Listen, I mean,
he knocks out Guevara
and
flips him off.
Oh, he has the wait, is that not like interference?
No, because they're not in the goddamn match. Just like how with NXT last week, it wasn't DQ. That's not a DQ because they aren't involved in the match. And we've got an ankle lock from Hager onto Claudio.
Oh.
What noise was that?
I like this comment.
I was going to say, you speak to this. As Garcia's got the sharpshooter and he's flexing.
That is a fucking awesome comparable to JV. Oh, Garcia with the sharpshooter. What the fudge?
Claudio rolls Hager into Garcia to break up the submission. 3. Oh, I'm wrong.
European uppercut. Jesus. Lord.
He's in the audience.
Wow, he won. Yeah, that's who I was talking about. He won with a European uppercut.
That was an interesting match. Not super great. I'll give him that.
Not terrible.
Super bad. But I liked at least halfway the finish. The finish kind of came a little out of nowhere for that to be the finish.
Yeah, it was kind of, I was like, whoa.
The roll to break up the submission. And then, like you said, going into the European uppercut, and that's the finish, not neutralizer, not, the super European uppercut.
It was a mean European uppercut. I was surprised that that's all it took.
Right.
He throws 44 of those a fight.
So we're talking about what happened at Full Gear.
Listen, am I the only one that gets the Tony Britt thing has a creepy vibe to it? Some of the stuff that some of the pictures are just looks like he's smelling.
The man looks like he sniffs people's hair. Wow.
Get out of my head.
Right.
What?
But see, you were wrong. We're getting a replay of William Regal, so that's why it wasn't the last time we saw William Regal on AEW.
This doesn't count.
Back of the heat.
This doesn't count.
Replay.
He's not really here. He's like the hologram of Tupac. Get the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Fair shout, Earl.
If a Judas Effect can win a match, so can an uppercut. Very true. I mean, I'm over here praising Eddie Kingston that wins with a spinning back fist.
I don't like his spinning back fist. They botch it too often.
Yeah. Man needs a Muay Thai class or something. So we're getting... Sorry?
I don't know what's happening here. It's a little confusing. Anybody? Am I the only one slightly thrown off by what's happening?
Well, we're getting Regal backstage with Tony Schiavone right now. I think this is their way to like write him off. All right, so he filmed this before we wrote him up, before he re-released.
Was he not in a neck brace? Did he not get was he not in a coma?
This is a replay.
So was this pre-punched out?
Yeah, this is pre-punch out. This is pre full gear.
Well, that definitely doesn't count. My prediction stands.
Because he's still got the Blackpool Combat Club. It's like him saying his goodbyes to the Blackpool Combat Club, it sounds like. Oh, the reason why he cost Moxley is what he's saying. I'm teaching you the last final thing I'd ever teach you. Make sure you always keep eyes in the back of your head. Well, you just got punched in the back of yours and went all the way to WWE.
Is that not ironic that his advice for Moxley is keep eyes in the back of your head? He just got clubbed right in the neck.
Right. Well, and he said, didn't he just say, guys, it's been emotional, and then he just walks off. So that's the way we have William Regal written out of AEW, outside of him getting carted off from MJF's attack last week.
That was recorded 2 weeks ago. That was recorded 2 weeks ago.
So
what?
Or was it recorded yesterday and we just said it was 2 weeks ago? Just all right, Will, you got to wear this Blackpool Combat thing, because that's all they had was Dynamite the backdrop. It's not like they had the Full Gear backdrop or anything like that. So that could have just been recorded earlier tonight. All right, we know we're leaving, so bye.
Where's Brian?
Good show. But Moxley right now is saying you can call us whatever you want, but come December 10th, we're leaving with the gold.
All right.
So on Rampage, Moxley's challenging anybody. So we're going to get Moxley in action on Friday.
Against a surprise.
May a way to try and boost them ratings there, Mr.
It's
TK.
probably going to be Coke or Diet Coke.
No, watch it be fucking Hangman, and they just do it. They just give it away on a Rampage for like 15 minutes.
Wow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't give it away, but I'm thinking they would do.
Right?
It's like giving away Goldberg versus Hogan.
So the BCC is apparently stronger than ever before.
As we got Regal written off.
Right? Like even Moxley didn't even mention that. Oh, and our buddy Brian, who's not here.
Right.
I got Malachi Black on the screen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Regal's still in the hospital.
He's still in the hospital with Regal.
Son of a bitch. I missed that. All right. Thank you, Victor. That's cute.
Wow.
So why would I don't know. You think Mox would shut him out?
Yeah, 100%.
Us three live for this. Well, what about the other dude?
Yeah. KJ and Nick, if AEW continues to just cater to the ICW, well, IWC, instead of expanding to a more casual fan base when you guys predict their viewership and ratings start plummeting. Absolutely. I think we've talked about that multiple times. Chris, there's even been that whole backlash of when they introduce guys like Shane Taylor and all that are going to face Keith Lee and Swerve and a Glory at Final Battle, that they base it on just people know who they are already. They don't try and build you up. They don't try and, get that casual viewing audience. They just base it on, well, you guys already watch a lot of wrestling, so you tune into this, right?
I like this a lot. Sorry, Nick, and you.
No, you're fine. I'm terrible at talking all over it.
No, dude, I appreciate what you're saying, but I mean, I really appreciate this. I like what the House of Black. I like them. Now they just got to get wins. Wins. They got to win. They can't lose to fucking everybody.
They just keep showing up and just destroy everybody.
But what else were we talking about just then?
Not sure. Move on.
House of Black vignette. Yep. Winner is coming. Yes, you're going to pause. Got it. Mox versus Juice again. That could happen. But folks, we are in a commercial break. We are rolling through. We're past the hour mark. So about 45 minutes-ish left in the show. Come another commercial break. We will have more action. I'll be honest. I'm enjoying AEW Dynamite tonight. We've had some good angles, a couple good vignettes. Starks and MJF have stolen the show. Let me know out there if you feel the way I feel. I'm a little confused by that Regal promo, like he's, foreshadowing the future, but in the past. Like, he's kind of saying goodbye. We get it, but it was, according to what I understood, that was recorded 2 weeks ago. I don't know. It's interesting. Puss in Boots, only in theaters. Pause. Yes, I was confused. All right. I can see Mox Danielson or Nick Gage on Rampage. I don't think Nick Gage can come back. And I don't think Nick Gage is good for AEW business. Let's be real. And no offense, Nick Gage. We watch GCW and we cheer for him. But when you're trying to be a nationally respected brand, there's a certain standard you got to uphold at the end of the day. And I really think that's a tough shout. I don't really see that happening. However, Mox Danielson, I think they deliver big time. I'm all for watching them go at it. I think you have an opportunity there with both guys, but I don't know about Nick, bud. I have Moxley versus Hangman. Winner is coming. That's what I think as well, John. Or Jack. Tony knew 2 weeks ago. Yes. Apparently, he knew a couple months ago that Regal wanted out. And I find it a little bit interesting, this little bit of a spin that we're getting. And maybe it's true, but it just seems like a little too cut and dry. It's almost like trying to save face. This story that has emerged from Tony's mouth that, Regal wanted to coach his son. I mean, I don't know. I think there's more to it. If that's the out, that's the out. But, I mean, to me, that feels like, a cop-out. It feels like a way to be like, well, he didn't hate us. He wanted to go spend time with his child. I don't know. I still don't fully buy it. KJ, does TK have the balls to pull the trigger and have no. They'll have a really good match. I mean, I'm anticipating a really good match, JV. TK will not do that. Not for quite a while. Right? Like right now, he's living on a prayer with MJF. And when we were talking, that's what Nick and I were talking about was the roster and the ratings and where they stand and their core base. Jamie Hayter. Where's Nick when we need him? Jamie Hayter looking good, sitting backstage with Tony. There you go. But Jamie with an attitude. I like it. Not happy that she hasn't got her turn. Right on. So some flair from the champ. But the problem with when you only cater to your small fan base is when you start making them disinterested. It's like skating on thin ice. You have very little margin for error. So, I mean, if you bottom out on the fans that you currently have and you keep returning to Chicago and places like that where you visit a lot and you're not expanding your audience, you'll bottom out. Eventually, the audience you do have, your core audience, you'll max out what they can give you as a fan base. So you can easily dip into no fan base. And like I said earlier, I mean, if you really look at the numbers right now, Raw, what they did this week and last week, if Tony could just figure some shit out, he's not that far off of Monday Night Raw. That's impressive. Thumbs up, thumbs down to Jamie Hayter. Are we happy with Jamie with the belt? Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's going to be my next t-shirt. Yeah. No, I mean, it's interesting, but we all kind of speculated that Arrigo would go. I joked tonight about would Joe eventually go back. Oh, you're Jade and the baddies. Again, Jade looking like $1 million. So we got the 6-woman tag coming up. If you want to get your predictions in, let us know. Let us know. Who do you got? Who do you take in? Who do you like in this one? I know Victor was waiting for this match. VHS, Valdez. There you go. Yeah, he's not losing to Starks. This is a good send-off. Yeah, I get it, kind of, Scott. I mean, I just feel like, I don't know. It's interesting. I get what they were trying to do. I just feel like it kind of confused the situation. It's true. And apparently so is FTR's. This might be the last time we see them lose. They'll lose to the Ass Boys on Saturday. Goodbye. No pizza cutter, especially during Domino's commercials. What are we doing? Madison, Rayne, Kiera, Hogan, Sky Blue. And I'm really curious how this quarter hour is going to play out in the ratings. Whew. I'd love for MJF to drop the title to Danielson. I could see it, but again, I don't think it will be for a while. He's going to hold it at least through the next pay-per-view. Damien says, I'm happy that Umaga's son is training with Booker T's Wrestling Academy. I think he has a future in WWE one day. Listen, he looks just like his papa. It's great to see. And I mean, it's funny because we did get Solo, giving a shout out to Big Umaga. And then this kind of gets reported on the heels of it. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great story. I mean, I'm always a fan of people that came up in the business, grew up in the business, and have it in their blood. I mean, it generally works out pretty well. There's a few exceptions, but a lot of times it's a good thing. So who is your pick? I mean, Jade and her team or Jade and her team? Sheeta Hater, I'm in. I'll jump all over that, Nick. Pause. But, I think that's a perfect shout. No, she's going to join AEW. Her and Mojo Rawley, mixed tag team champs. I shouldn't even have clicked on that, Jack. That could be a good match. I agree, Dale. Sign me up on that one right away. I'm a big fan of Sheeta. I could do without Rio, but I'm good with Sheeta. I think she's outstanding. Jade is so new, in my opinion. She debuted in 2020. Yeah, no, Jade's just beginning. She's only just begun. Yeah, no, she's got a lot of tread left on her tires. And if she wants to continue to do this, this is why I truly believe she is going to go 100-0. I don't think anybody's going to touch her. I think they're going to make a big deal about it. I mean, she might retire that belt. At what point do you just give her the other belt and let her dissolve them? Let her be Roman Reigns of the women's division in AEW. But as far as star power goes, star attitude, the way she carries herself, presence, Jade Cargill is without a doubt in my mind the biggest star they have in the women's division. So, there you go. Some tandem offense, by the way. Tag match still going on, folks. If you haven't made a prediction on what isn't my favorite booked match of the night. But hey, who am I to complain? But yeah, I mean, she's young. She's just getting started. And listen, maybe I'm crazy, but could you imagine you give Jade a little more time, a little more seasoning, a little bit from now, her contract starts coming up and somebody out there has big money. I mean, I wouldn't complain about seeing her stand toe to toe with Charlotte Flair and look each other in the eye. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm back in picture. She has improved. She's improved better than Brooke and most WWE females. No, she's come a long way. She's done really well, and as a heel, she's good. I mean, you hide her limitations in some of the things that she does, but again, I think if she was in a, you think about sometimes with the WWE, you put her in the ring with a better wrestler, some seasoned wrestlers. You know how they feed people to like Dolph Ziggler or Natty. And you let Natty put her through the work and the ropes and highlight her. Shit, Natty can make Ronda look half decent. Imagine what she could do with Jade. So, I mean, it's just the little differences where she's trying to carry a match between her and somebody with just as much experience or slightly more. And then it gets botchy. And she was green. She had a lot to learn in a quick amount of time. And I think she gets better every time we see her. And then, like I said, as far as overall presence, I don't think you can doubt it. I actually think Kiera Hogan's going to be, a real good shout to give her a test. Victor, I know I said that that Jade's going to go on to 100, but Kiera might give her a push. Be a good match. I like Kiera Hogan. Oh, Jamie Hayter offers a championship match to the winner of Sheeta versus Bunny. So my money would be on Sheeta straight up, and I'm okay with that. I'm not reading the last part of that. Kiera Hogan, JL, Dana Brooke is better. No, Jack, stop. No, not true. Not true. Like for someone who debuted in 2020, she's a lot better than Nia Jax. Then listen, Nia's an interesting case, but Nia wasn't all bad. Some of her issues was booking, but I think Jade's got more upside, more presence, more charisma, more attitude, more star power. No offense, it doesn't mean Nia's bad. It just means Jade's really good. Sheeta versus Hayter. I'm with you, Big Nick. The baddies are hotter than ice. I agree, Vic. At least there's one good Hogan in the wrestling. Okay. All right, I see you. Shit, I think I'd rather have Brooke Hogan than fucking Dana Brooke. I'm kidding. That's not true. Nia Jax was so cringe. There were times. But I mean, I thought in NXT, she had really good matches with Bayley, really good matches with Asuka, like where she was just dominant and they had to like overcome the mighty Nia Jax. I really think when she was in that vein, she was talented. I mean, I think she served the purpose. She had a role and it worked. And then when the underdog babyface finally gets over on her, it's a big win. And it's one of those wins where, we all cheer and stand up and clap because it was such a drag out, heart-wrenching win. All right. So right now I got Cora and Red Velvet, double super kick, and both women going for the tag. I'm shocked our numbers held up during this match. Good for you guys. I'm impressed. I think I clicked on that twice. There we go. I'm back where I started. Okay. I can see MJF and Starks doing a Triple H Rock rivalry, and they can go back and forth dropping the title to one another. In a perfect world, yeah, JV, but I don't know if we would get it in this environment. What we saw tonight, if that was a long-standing rivalry, and even one of those rivalries where they separate, they get involved in other things, and they come back at times, I think that right there is a generational rivalry that you can build in-house. You saw what Starks did tonight. Like, I was critical early. I jumped. Wow, Jade just said, No. Wow. Jade pancakes Kiera Hogan. Woo! But yeah, I mean, I thought Starks got destroyed tonight. And that man came back swinging. And by the end of it, you were like, might be a stalemate, might be a draw, might be really fucking close. Hey, buddy.
Hey, as Jade picks up the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Dominant, buddy. Dominant. Like, I'm such a big fan of this lady.
Oh, 100%. I've been a big fan. Like I said, I pushed for her, to win the Golden KJ halfway female superstar of the year, which, by the way, coming up soon since we're getting the end of 2023 there. The Golden KJs will come back. Bye.
What? The 4 Lifeys will be returning, folks. One of our most watched videos ever was that.
Yeah, well, and I heard you say, too, about you'd rather have Brooke Hogan than Dana Brooke. I just wanted to pop on and go, accusations.
Yeah. Objection.
All right. Hearsay. Oh, we've got Saraya on the screen right now.
What, are we going to get Saraya? Could you imagine Saraya versus Jade?
Well, it looks like we're getting the rematch between her and Bray. With Saraya keeps doing this the whole time, and it just looks really weird. Did you see that she trolled fans of faking a neck injury or something during the match? It's like, why would you fucking play with that? It's like when Brian came back and was always grabbing at his head and everything. It's like, cool, we don't want to think you're hurt.
Yeah, but we do want to think you're hurt. I don't understand. I'm so confused. That's the job.
Right, but you don't want to sell. Listen, you don't want to sell what retired you.
What?
You don't want to sell what almost retired you.
Dude, man, I cheered when a man got bit by a cobra in real life. It happened. It wasn't kayfabe. It bit his arm, and I was like, woohoo. I mean, I know I'm throwing it back. Some of the younger folks might have to Google that shit. But, I mean, you're supposed to believe they got fucked up. Wow. That was one of the best things about Shawn Michaels. You thought he was broken, and then he was.
I get that, but you still don't want. It's one of those of like, if selling what almost ended your career to me bothers me a bit.
No, that's what you're supposed to. That's how you make it compelling.
I get you're supposed to sell the fucking move, but you don't play around with shit that retired you.
That's exactly what you want, though. Like, dude, one of the funniest things, as an adult, it's one of the funniest things. Right. But when the Undertaker tombstoned Hogan on the chair, because Ric Flair slipped in the chair, and I believe it was 1990. And literally, it kills me because, like, people were in the audience crying. They thought he was dead. Carried him out of there. It's Hogan. Hogan's dead. Hulkamania is dead. The Undertaker buried it. And you're supposed to elicit that. Oh my God, he's dead.
Right.
That's my take, dude.
I get you.
Sell it all night long. Fans are just being way too sensitive at that point. A heel can't be a heel because you might hurt someone's feelings. I mean, we got to be able to push
it. A non-venomous snake is different than a broken freaking neck. Trust me. Ask Kurt Angle, who we're going to see on Friday with the Kurt Angle birthday celebration. Ask him about a broken freaking neck,
right?
Which will be here live covering as well with our normal doubleheader Friday. Why?
Yeah, from what I understand, it was several broken freaking necks.
Yeah, man won an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Why?
Yo, they added some matches to this show on Saturday. It's all right. What do we got? 6, 7 matches now?
I have 5 so far. We have
Jericho versus
Claudio, Garcia versus Yuta, Mercedes versus Athena, Samoa and Joseph versus Juice Robinson, and Swerve and Glory versus Shane Taylor and JD Griffey.
Sorry, dude. I stomped all over that. I got pumped. I didn't realize that match was happening.
Yeah, no, you're good. We still got 5 matches right now.
Wait, I thought there was more than that.
5. And House of Black in action next week at Winter is Coming.
Yes.
Winter is Coming is going to be a good show because we're getting MJF versus Starks. We're getting the House of Black in action.
You know
what?
You know what's worse than the 7 match series? Literally taking a break in the middle. Like, fucking keep going. Get this over with.
Right. But up next, we've got, which I'm assuming is the main event. We're getting FTR versus the Acclaimed for the AEW Tag Team Championships. So give us your predictions and why is it FTR? Well, actually, no.
Yeah.
This one's a little iffy to call because I think we could either get a no contest or the Acclaimed win because we're going to get, like you said, of the Gun Club coming out and costing FTR, and that's we get them added as, say, the sixth match for Final Battle.
Yeah, I really feel like the Acclaimed are going to win, or nobody's going to win. I really don't think. I think FTR is going to get screwed out of this. And I mean, if the rumors are true that they're done in a few weeks, I don't have high hopes for their, how they're, unless Tony's thrown a Hail Mary like, here, have these, don't leave.
Right. Vic saying January 11th, Dynamite, DMD and Jamie Hayter versus Saraya and TBA. Well, it's either going to be Tony Storm or Sheeta. Probably Tony Storm.
Guess where we'll be? Right here.
Right.
For all the shows, like this Saturday, the Mega Stream.
What?
Why? Yeah, it's going to be a crazy night, folks. You got to tune in. Tell everybody you know. Spread the word. Anywhere you see people talking about wrestling, drop the link. Let them know. Tune in. We are going to be having a great time. We're going to be laughing, joking around as we always are, but we're going to roll through several hours of wrestling coverage, back-to-back pay-per-views, and then some. I mean, Saturdays are always fun around here, Nick.
Oh, absolutely. And I just like these comments all right in a row here of 7-star FTR for the win.
Nice.
The Acclaimed Scissor Me Daddy, pause, which I found it funny that Bowens didn't get TK's approval to just yell out, oh, Scissor Me Daddy has.
Well, I think that's where, those organic things happen, right?
Right. Like feeling oozy.
Feeling oozy. Now it's a fucking thing. You might be oozy if it's like
Right.
It's good.
It's going to be Thunder Rosa. Does she come back?
Eventually? Where's she at with this? If she was that close to coming back, why would they take her title away now?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So I don't feel like that's a show.
Watch Dax's mood when he makes his way to the ring. Usually tells a story if they're losing or not. Fair enough. Good shout. Well, I think they might be not only potentially losing, I think they might be leaving the company. I know we've talked about this.
I can't wait. And I hate to wish anything. I just kind of salivated the idea of them being the top of the division. And I think that's where they end up sooner than later. I mean, Usos, FTR, WrestleMania. Let's fucking go. What do you
mean? See who's really the top tag team.
And FTR takes that fucking belt that night. It's a big crowning moment. That would be the carrot on the fucking stick if I was Triple H. Listen, we can give you money, but how would you like to win the belt at Mania?
Right.
Ta-da!
Both belts.
Do you want to bring Punk? You want to come on, bring Punk?
You can have a trio. We can do Usos and Roman versus Punk and FTR.
For all the belts.
Right. Damien was his Python. True. Pause.
Pause.
All right. Set me up there, and I'm not going to take it. But FTR coming out right now. Top guys are here, folks. Are you going to be covering the... Sorry?
Go ahead.
Are you going to be covering the paint drying pay-per-view? Which pay-per-view is that, Scott? Because we're here covering anything and everything, whether it be NWA, Wrestling Revolver, GCW, XPW, WWE, AEW, anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Impact pay-per-views.
Right. Wheeler taking a minute to get out here. We're good. But yes, we cover it all, folks. And yes, we have watched some paint dry. I don't know what one this weekend. I got high hopes for both. I'm really expecting Ring of Honor to deliver at least really solid matches. And NXT's got a point to prove. And they got this gimmick. They got to get it over.
Right.
If it sucks, we're never going to see it again.
Yeah, that one's going to be interesting. I think with Ring of Honor, they have a point to prove. This determines, I think, the future of Ring of Honor as far as AEW is concerned. Because we've heard talks about Honor Club coming back and what have you, and the streaming services. So it's going to be interesting of where they go with Ring of Honor.
Yo. All right, the main event's here, folks. I need some predictions. I see some people hanging around watching. Let us know. FTR and the Acclaimed are both over. Yes, they are.
All right. Babyface versus babyface. But the Acclaimed have just gotten naturally over 100%. They were not supposed to be here Kind of like, some of us. I wasn't supposed to be here today, and then they just, keep coming back. I need me a Acclaimed jersey.
Herschel Walker?
Wait, who? What?
Sorry, but no, I laughed because he that was funny. FTR stands for Find the Remote.
Oh, Texas loves to scissor. Pause. Accusations.
Accusations.
Well, now I saw a Cruz sign there, and they quickly cut through that. And we got to listen to A-Town. What up? Mike, what up? Victor, what up? Damien, Johnny, everybody. What?
The Acclaimed.
Justin Roberts just said, accompanied by Daddy Ass. Pause.
Man, they made it become part of our dialect. It's unfortunate.
Right. It's so well. I just remember being on here and hating the whole scissor me thing and just how much. Oh, it's just cheap.
Dude, I remember selling you on the Acclaim. Like, bro, come on now.
Right.
Like, oh man. Now I'm like, dude, they're doing stuff.
They're good. Just give them a chance.
No, now they're over as shit.
Right. And so we've got the FTR versus the Acclaim kicking off right now for the tag titles as we're getting scissor me daddy.
It's going to be a good match, but I'm worried about how this all ends, Nick.
Bowen's even just conducting. They're over like a mother.
And keep in mind, they're in the ring right now with FTR, one of the best teams in the world. And I know there's heat. Dude, what do you think about the heat between them and the Usos on the PWI?
Well, I was just about to say, arguably the number one tag team in professional wrestling.
Absolutely. And I heard the guy from, and sorry, his name eludes me right now, but the guy from PWI, and he explained it, and it's exactly what we talked about. If FTR was booked the way they should have been, they would have been undeniably the number one pick. It was poor booking, lack of, like they haven't held.
It's nothing against them. It's about TK.
It kind of is. Like they delivered to make themselves number two, but the Usos have a fucking historic title run going. You kind of have to give the nod to the bloodline this year. They're going to take a clean sweep, which I believe they have now.
Right. As we've got Cash and Bowens right now going at it.
FTR.
And we had it cut to Jeff Jarrett and Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal and Satnam watching backstage. So I feel like they could get involved.
My spider sense is tingling, Nick.
Yeah, I think we talked about it last week when they announced this match of we're going to end up seeing like an 8-man tag match of we're seeing the Acclaimed and FTR team up together versus Jarrett and Lethal and the Gun Club.
If it's an 8-man tag match at Ring of Honor, I will be highly disappointed and probably take my sponsored pause for the cause during that match. And I love FTR. So just sort of
that would be saying something. Well, Christ, we're getting the New Day showing up at Deadline. We had that happen.
Wow. Who saw that coming?
Right. We're getting the New Day versus Pretty Deadly.
I think they're trying to find a way to get Pretty Deadly over because I think they're aware that it's been a grind. There's other tag teams that might be a little more over than Pretty Deadly right now. So,
man, you guys really hyped Triple H up like he's done nothing to make the show better. It has been over 5 months. Wait, what?
Wait, I think that was a little backwards, but I think I know what you were saying. Listen, we've been hard. We've been critical on, when you do 1.5 million viewers, something's not going right. We can't just applaud you. We are very appreciative as fans for what transitions he's made, the returning people, the change in storylines, the White Rabbit shit, things that we think we wouldn't have got without the change of guard. But that doesn't mean he's not fucking up or giving us a really boring Raw. What was it, last week? We shot all over it. So I mean,
there's been times where he's taking it on the shins.
Yeah, I mean, so we try to call a spade a spade. He's not impervious. He's not Teflon Paul. He has to eat some shit once in a while too for
It's just like you said, it's calling a spade, and at times it's there's stuff we really like in AEW, like really like Christ, I have an MJF scarf and everything. We're huge on this match as we're getting, the what's up.
He's dead. All right, that's articulate.
That's aggressive.
Power slam, scoop slam. What's up? We're getting the scissor bee.
I mean, they return, but what are they doing? Let's see. Bray Wyatt, probably biggest, if not second biggest merch seller right now with the company. Karrion Kross, very much,
Luke Cage,
title contender. Let's see who else has come back recently. Bailey, yeah.
Yeah, they've done some stuff. I think we'll be okay. And give it time, like you said, 5 months. 5 months. We give everyone a fair shake. We give Tony 3 years. We can give Triple H 1.
I was gonna say, shit, we've only been doing this 9 months. Goddamn.
Yeah, right. Right. We only been at this 9 months. So, and man, have times changed.
Right. I think Father Butt will accidentally cost Acclaim the match.
Father Butt.
I like the way you put that, as we've got double sharpshooters right now.
Did we not already have this spot tonight? Am I being picky? I hate when we.
No, you're not, because I thought the same thing. And see, that's the thing, is that's where people like, oh, well, you bag on just AEW. No, it's because, like we talked about, of when you watch as much wrestling as we do, you notice, okay, we've seen that spot already. We've seen that match type again, or how many times? Okay, this is the 5th Jericho segment tonight. Okay,
right. Unless I have
you notice that stuff gets a little bit rinse repeat.
Yeah, exactly, Nick. Oh, huge 3-way scissor. Pause.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Curtis says the New Day versus Pretty Deadly could steal the night in NXT. Ooh,
yes,
I don't know.
It could,
but probably won't. I think the men's Iron Survivor thingy will.
Oh, you're really hoping? Like, I mean, I thought you were a little skeptical about.
I'm skeptical of the stipulation, but I know Axiom's there, so I think we'll get flippy doos off the little penalty box. We'll get big spots with Carmelo Hayes, all of that.
They just hung up. They hung up Caster on the bottom of the ring there. Innovative offense. And FTR playing it well as a heel, giving the fans shit about scissoring.
Right.
We don't scissor. Pause.
Victor said, I'm calling it now at the Rumble. We're going to see the free agent, Mr. Nick Aldis.
At the Rumble? Yeah, why not?
Maybe.
And I think we'll see Mickey again. Hey, the sluts are back.
Jesus Christ.
Pause. I didn't mean to say that.
Pause. Accusations. The Briscoes, whatever happened to them? Stuck in limbo because of Warner Discovery. But they will be defending their House of Glory tag titles against Main Event, which we'll be covering.
I feel like they've taken a bit of a pause, though. I mean, for all the wrestling that we watched, it's been a minute since we've seen a Briscoe Briscoe dance. I'm trying to think of the last one.
House of Glory
would, and they got House of Glory coming up again. So
right. Well, that's the thing, is when you only wrestle on, say, a Ring of Honor show, or House of Glory, or your random offshoots like an Impact or a GCW or what have you, that you don't always pop up week to week to week to week.
Very much so. And I mean, again, and I think like throughout the summer and that, you see they're hot. You see them every weekend. They're somewhere doing something. And then obviously, they got to take a pause too. I don't believe there's any, I'm sure there's nagging stuff, but I don't think there's any serious injuries to make them step away or anything like that I'm aware of. So,
right.
Yes.
Yeah. When do you think that we get Bronson Reed? Because
I don't know. I thought we might have got him already, Nick. I thought it was funny when we were like, they could add him to the bloodline.
Right. You got the tribal tattoos. You work.
Right. Bronson, I mean, this is where Rumble is fucking insane this year, because you really could have every second person be like, oh my God. Like,
well, we've got even Scott saying that we could get Jay White at the Royal Rumble. That might be a little bit of a reach there, sir. But it's not out of the full realm of possibility, and that's the thing.
I like that show. And I think if you have any wrestling sense, if you're a Triple H or a William Regal or anybody with this eye for talent, and you see Jay White as an overall in-ring microphone leader, man, he's like the British Triple H, right? Like, you can really mold that guy.
Right.
Big fan. It's not just because of the name.
That is complete BS. What's happening to the Briscoes? Absolutely. It is what you would call shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't want to get into the political side of things. I just mean at some point you got to give merit to people that move past things. Mistakes happen, right. Shit happens. People are stupid. People are young and dumb. And
we're back from picture in picture with Cash Wheeler and Max Caster going at it right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Arm drag. Yeah, I mean,
we haven't given our predictions though on this match.
Yeah, I think Acclaimed. If anybody, it's the Acclaimed.
I will, for the sake of, I guess, smoking the hopium and just the sake of disagreement and everything, I'll go FTR, because if I'm right, I will be very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, you'll be having the day of
shut
days.
Up and right? It'll be a great day for me.
Right? The day of days.
Exactly. Just winning at all levels, folks.
Right. Everything's coming up, Nick.
What?
Big cross body.
See, because you just said my name and then followed it up with big, I was like, what are you going to say fucking now?
That's funny. Yep. I didn't
even realize Bowens. Just wait for the Enzo pop and roll.
But no, here's the thing, though. I don't think it's going to happen. It's a tough one. But, I mean, if you could give a guy a second chance, I just talked about forgiveness. If you bring him back in the fold and he's a dick again, then you get rid of him again. But, I mean, if you give him a shot and say, like, listen, dude, you know, don't be a prick. Don't piss people off. And, I mean, I still think if out of nowhere you got that, like, whoop, 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 people lose their fucking noodle.
Two count. Oh, well, even just in the AEW, you've already got W. Morrissey.
Fair enough. And he's
so why not have, you know, and this right here, imagine though, at the Royal Rumble you get, and this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
No, what's going to happen instead? This right here is Omas, and he's 7 foot tall.
Omas. I am the Smack Talk. Scott, the Smack Talker.
And
I got a mic saber for a couple of haters.
Great match going on in the ring.
Suplex City right now. I was going to say, Scott, that's aggressive. I call Discovery each day about the Briscoes. Call them cowards. That's aggressive.
Hilarious. FTR for the win. Flair is annoying. Which one? Enzo would do nothing. I mean, in what way? I think he gets a pop. I think it's noteworthy.
Enzo was a prick.
That's the rumor.
Count for Bowens on Dax, but Enzo got.
Listen,
Bowens' arm, like right by his shoulder and everything. It's all bruised up. It's like how Andrade just had the torn pec. How Cody had the torn pec.
Come on, Nick. I can't handle any more purple pecs.
Anyway, the purple titty eater.
Right. Everyone's got the purple pecitis.
Right.
Listen, anytime I've talked to Enzo, which I have, I'm not being weird or name dropping, but he seems like a nice guy. I mean, people change. People change.
Oh, I 100% think he, you know, is a good guy and everything. What I've seen outside of WWE, I think at the time he very much, and it could be just what the dirt sheets led you to believe of. He got thrown off the tour bus, all of that. He was one of the top acts, and what probably wasn't mature enough or ready for that spot.
Spike pile driver. No,
it's interesting how you'll see a Canadian destroyer or something like that, and now that's a regular move, but it's just a regular spike pile driver. You're like, because
I mean, you keep in mind, especially people who like spent a lot of time watching WWE. We knew how long no pile drivers allowed. Ever.
Right? No brain busters.
Right, so when we see it, you're like, oh.
Right. Double suplex on the Bowens. Oh. Caster breaks it up with a spear on the Cash. Roll it for a 2 count.
Is this the most live we've seen a crowd in a couple weeks at an AEW show for any match? Like, they are on their feet.
Well, this is a pay-per-view quality match. And again, You're giving.
Wow, 2 roll up.
Oh, cutter combination 2.
What
Caster with
a
a 2
fucking
count.
match. Enzo versus Theory would be a banger. Interesting.
Right.
Those another 2 count, another 2 count. What a match. What action,
Right.
Nick. Folks, if you're just tuning in, don't forget, like, subscribe. We do this for all the shows. We are in the middle of the main event here of AEW, and it is on fire. The Acclaimed FTR.
Oh. Dax rolls out, pushes Caster into Bowens. Oh, are we setting up for the big rig?
The big rig.
Oh. FTR collide. Oh.
Oh, Dax botched, but made up for it. That was wicked.
Right. Oh, roll up. Oh, no. Caster in the turnbuckle.
There you go.
We're going to set it up. Big rig.
Oh, look at the dude. This is excellent.
Uno, dos. Bowens breaks it up.
Wow.
This is a hell of a, like, you had everybody on pins and fucking needles
dude,
with this.
This is what we've been missing out on. If you could have this every 3rd week on Dynamite, highlighted on, how do you not have these guys on pay-per-views? Like,
right? How do we not have them as Ring of Honor tag title holders? You don't have them on Final Battle.
How many topes have we had this match? I don't recall any.
I see Santa, and we're getting a "This is awesome" chant. Santa's sitting next to Jesus. Why? And I swear it's not the vitamins, folks.
Right? He's like, wait, man, you're stealing my spotlight again.
Right? I'm taking you out for your birthday to some AEW.
Right? Get your own day, Santa.
But no, this is it again. It goes back to like we were talking about before. If there's parts, Caster up top, or we gonna get the mic dropped elbow.
Dear Tony Khan, give us more of this. And if this is one of the last times we see FTR in AEW,
Max misses.
Oh shit! They're gonna beat him clean. They're definitely done
with a clothesline on the outside. But that's the thing is, there's stuff like this is the stuff that we love. This is why we tune into AEW. Why we want to watch it.
Yeah.
It's just you have to wade through some bullshit to get there.
But Nick, this reminds me of the early days where like we were opening shows with tag matches. We would get 3 straight tag matches on a Dynamite.
Right.
And they were trying to flex, and you were getting really good matches.
You were getting really good tag matches. You were getting really good in-ring action. Now it's okay. We were getting a promo segment followed by a backstage interview, followed by another promo. And they all somehow managed to feature Jericho.
What a match! What a match!
Wheeler with a powerbomb.
Does this not feel like a sin to give away on free TV?
Throw up 2. Wow. Caster gets the 3 on a roll up after a power bomb.
Nah.
And there wasn't even any shenanigans like I thought was going to happen. They beat him, not exactly clean, but on just a straight roll up.
Hey.
Papa Paul.
Papa Paul.
Call my phone.
Wow.
So the Acclaimed win.
Big win for the Acclaimed. Great match,
but we thought that there was going to be some shenanigans, something that justifies a rematch outside of this. The only thing that justifies a rematch was we got it on a roll up, and we're getting a handshake right now between Daddy Ass Paws and FTR.
Well, I mean, it's again the roll up's the easy out. Wow, you know what? It was just a roll up. They got lucky. We can come back.
Right. Great match. Terrible ending. I agree with you, Scott.
I don't hate the ending.
It wasn't good.
It could have been better. It could have been more.
Right. Now we're getting a scissor off. Doesn't this remind you of hey,
Curtain
remember
call?
when
Curtain call?
I was gonna say, remember when FTR came out and got their shit knocked in by DX, and then they wanted out of the company?
Right.
Just kind of seems a little bit similar. So we're gonna lose to the Acclaim. We got to scissor them in the ring, and now we're gonna deal with the Gun Club.
Na 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 na.
The
Na,
Gun
na,
Club are now cutting a
na, na.
promo
And they're gonna
after
lose to the Ass
FTR
Boys on
lost.
the way out, buddy. They're gonna take 2 straight losses to just piss on them a little bit more.
The Briscoes.
What?
Oh! Shut up and take my money. We're getting a dog collar match between FTR and the Briscoes on Saturday. Shut up and take my money. Just when TK taketh, he taketh, he giveth. Why
they're going to lose.
Gun Club announce that, though? What? Quit playing with my emotions, TK.
Merry Christmas, bitch. What? They're going to lose. And then they got one more belt to give up before they go, we're going with Regal.
Right.
We're going with Regal.
Oh, you just had him hugging it, so it looks like, Christ, Cash looks so defeated and everything. He looks like he's honestly halfway.
It's their last Dynamite ever, brah.
Could you imagine the fucking reaction when you hear "Say Yeah" show up on WWE? The fucking place is gonna come unglued.
Yeah, I'll be right there ungluing with everyone else.
Pause.
I'll be ungluing like a third.
Unglue responsibly, folks.
Unglue responsibly, folks. No, that's crazy. That's what that all felt like. Am I like the crowd? We got a good amount of people tuning in right now. Are we wrong? Like that's what that all felt like was na 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 na. I lost.
What was?
Bye.
But so back to the best news of the night so far.
Yeah, right.
I guess everything keeps turning up, Nick. Somehow, some way here. We're
getting
FTR versus the Briscoes. The final of the triple threat, the triple header, the three-peat in a dog collar match.
And they're going to lose
for the Ring of Honor titles. Well, we had them at Supercard of Honor.
Right.
When was this? The second one was Final Battle, last Final Battle.
Was it last Final Battle? Oh, that long ago? Shit.
And now we're going to get this one. And we're getting in a dog collar match.
A tag team. I don't know how many tag team dog collar matches I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen one before, to be honest.
I can't really recall. Now, anybody out there wants to be a little bit of a Rolodex, but I don't recall many tag team dog collar matches.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I still am thrown off of why did you have the Gun Club announce that? Why didn't you have all of a sudden you have Jay and Mark show up?
You can't. They won't let it happen, right? They're not allowed.
You sons of bitches.
That's their workaround, right? They probably like, listen, we're going to say their name. Is that okay? They're like, fine.
Then you have FTR fucking cut a promo and say, hey, we just lost, but we want another match. We want to prove. You have them cut a promo towards the fucking PWI of you got beef of your number one tag team. Go out there and say we want to be number one.
I will defend it. And you know what? I thought it was a kind of cool the way, I get it. But look, Tony got me. You heard me. I started bitching right away again. Oh, fuck. Right. I told you they're going to lose to the Ass Boys. And I was wrong. So kudos, Tony. Call it the way we see it, right? So, yeah, I mean, I thought we were going to get an Ass Boys. And thankfully, man, it's crazy. But
all right. Well, Smile Mark agrees fully here. That dog collar match just sold the pay-per-view. NXT is now shaking. How do they counter at deadline? They will have to wait and see, and you should tune in and see what.
Yeah, but it's not like they're going to be able to, as far as the card go, up anything. Like that's a big bomb. Like that's huge for TK to throw out there. And if I was TK, I mean, you could slot that in the main event, really.
Right. They didn't even call them the Briscoes. They called them Dem Boys.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that was a workaround as well, right?
Right, but no, 100% I could see that being main event right now. At this point, which would you rather main event? Which was the last match you want to send people home with? FTR versus the Briscoes in a dog collar match, or Chris Jericho versus Claudio, or fucking Samoa Joe versus
Juice?
Juice.
Is it the Juice?
Right. Yeah, it is Juice. Pause.
Yeah, no, I was being funny.
Right. So there's nothing else that should main event this, even above Chris Jericho with your Ring of Honor World title. No, I mean, you main event with the finale of the threequel there between
Dude,
FTR and the Briscoes.
how fucked would it be is if Young Bucks came out and super kicked the heads off FTR, costing them the win? They lose those belts and they're never saw on Tony Khan TV, pay-per-view, or anything ever again. Could you imagine that was their goodbye?
And that's when you know the Young Bucks have fully seized control of the company, and just it's Young Bucks wrestling.
Could you imagine, folks, what that would be like?
Certain wrestling fans of a certain vintage will have a fucking meltdown, and they might be me, and I might be over here, Elizabeth.
Yeah, and I mean, look, someday we're going to get FTR's take on what their time in AEW was like. And I think at some point, we'll get the full story of why, what their frustrations were. I think it's pretty apparent to most of us, but I'd love to get their perspective on it, right?
When FTR writes a book after their career is done, it's going to be amazing because they've gone from Uzi hot to the Bucks dodging them to potentially they're going to be out of AEW and go back to WWE, and they're going to be the biggest move, I feel, outside of Cody going to WWE.
FTR going over the Usos at Mania would be really fucking pretty. It really, really would. And it's not two guys thrown together to make some makeshift tag team temporarily. It is a professional tag team that shows up against a professional tag team. Dude, I'm all for it. Let's go.
And you could make it happen if their contracts end at the end of the year, like they're kind of talking about. I said it before when Dak started. Oh, it's this quote from this interview. Oh, he's put out that tweet. Oh, he said this lately. Once he starts talking and everything like that, you knew the writing's kind of on the wall of we ain't gonna be here for a long time. Lauren, what up?
What's going on, Lauren? Damien, second worst thing. Arquette Cham was first. Arquette Champ was worse. Okay. I don't know what Damien said.
I think Damien was saying about something being the worst thing in wrestling history. I don't know what we're saying is the worst. But
yeah, John agrees with us about the main event. And I mean, I can't argue with that. I mean, again, you don't want to follow it, so just let it go last.
Exactly. You can't follow it. How do you follow that up? What tops that? We were already talking. NXT is going to have a hard time topping that, let alone on the same goddamn show. I am an usologist. Fun fact.
Now, listen, I mean, realistically, Juice Robinson and Joe could be a really good match. I got hopes for that one. Garcia Yuta could be a good match. Jericho Cesaro, I don't have a lot of hope for. Just my opinion.
That's going to be more storytelling.
Right.
That's not in-ring action. That's storytelling. That's what Chris Jericho relies on at this point.
Right. I don't know what we're going to get out of Athena, but Athena Mercedes is going to be really good.
Yeah, I that'll be interesting. I think Yuta versus Garcia, it was really good the first time. It was just put in the wrong spot because it shouldn't have main evented a Dynamite. So it being middle of the card on a Ring of Honor show, I think it's going to get a much different vibe.
Yeah, possibly. Jericho and Claudio should start the pay-per-view. No.
Hey, if you're not going on last, you might as well go on first.
I don't know, but that's a slow, crickety match to start the fucking
You
night.
started off with a Claudio win, and okay, things are going to be different now.
That would be possibly salvageable. I don't know, dude. That's a tough sell.
Right.
Just because I don't know if it's coming out of the gate with enough energy.
Fair enough.
Maybe. I don't know. That would be the worst.
Start off with a tag match, end with a tag match. Start off with Swerve and Glory and Shane Taylor. And then you end with FTR versus Briscoes.
Yeah. And I mean, I like that matchup. Swerve and Our Glory against Shane Taylor. And we'll see how this all plays out. Maybe there's a bit of a swerve coming our way. Maybe Keith Lee joins Shane.
Well, they teamed up together before. That's the thing, is that's part of why people were saying with Shane when he showed up because it's Shane and JD Griffey versus Swerve and Glory. But that it seemed like Tony Khan was just relying on, well, people know who Shane Taylor is, right?
Yeah, it was a little funny of like, oh, this guy's here just challenging people. We don't know who he is, but okay.
Right.
7.5 out of 10. By the way, folks, get your ratings in on the show. 7, 7, 7.
Lucky
8,
sevens.
8.
8, 8, 8, 8.
Well, Mr. Lucky, Mr. Happy Day, do you want to take a swing at your rating first?
Oh, well, then I guess fuck it. I got to go with a 7, like everybody else was saying. If we're going to keep the luck train going here, I guess we'll just say 7. It wasn't a bad, it was an actual solid Dynamite. Granted, I know we didn't like the way that the match ended, what have you, but we're getting Briscoes versus FTR in a strap match on Saturday. I'm fine with that. That promo segment between Ricky Starks and MJF was fantastic. Best I've seen Ricky Starks look. So I'll give it a 7.
7. I'm gonna go 7.5. I'm gonna give a bonus.
Oh wow, okay.
I enjoyed Dynamite tonight. I think it was a really good show. I think it was stacked up pretty well. There were parts I didn't love, but I thought Jamie Hayter was great tonight. I really give bonus marks for what we got out of MJF and Starks. That right there, if you're an true AEW fan, that is a reason for optimism. That is a reason for hope, because that is 2 young, talented guys that you could build this company around. You saw Darby tonight as well. I didn't love the Darby part of the show. It was all right.
Wasn't bad.
Overall, it was really good. The Regal thing confused me a touch, and I give bonus marks for the end of the show and a bit of a bonus for sliding last minute. Good. High praise to Tony for slipping the Briscoe.
Made it by the skin of your teeth. But I saw even some people that after that Starks MJF segment that were like, all right, well, the show automatically gets a 6, and now we just start from there.
Right.
So it was that good of a segment that if there's things to go back and watch from this episode of Dynamite, it's that and FTR versus the Acclaim. Those are the 2 things you have to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give it a bit of love, 7.5. I'll go with Jack on this one tonight, and just a bit of an extra rub. I think it was one of the better Dynamites that we've had in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I think that MJF Starks is probably my favorite promo segment we've had since calling Tony Khan a mark on national TV.
Right.
I think that was solid tonight. Like heat on both ends. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, absolutely. And you thought it was going to be just, okay, MJF just lays into Ricky Starks and just kind of has to sit there and take it. And then Ricky Starks came back with fire just the same. And to see somebody that can hold their own on the microphone versus MJF is a welcome sign.
Got a huge pop for his effort. And I mean, I said it as it was happening. Like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, Starks is just taking this on the chin. Like, you're just diminishing this guy on the way.
The man got called the Pebble.
Right. That was genius, though.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Starks came back so winging. And it was really good. It was a really good night.
It told you, especially with that being next week, you 100% want to tune in and see Ricky Starks versus MJF for the AEW World Title.
Yeah, absolutely. The best Dynamite of the year. Wow, bold.
Ooh, that's aggressive.
Might be.
And you gave it an 8. Just saying.
Just saying. Oh.
Well, I think this is the best anime I've seen in here. Fair enough.
There you go. Scott said 8. Victor had a question. I think we skipped it, or did we get it? It's about Triple H, I think. Where'd it
go? Who asked it, Scott?
Victor.
There
it is. KJ and Nick, since Triple H is now in charge, do you think?
Nope.
No.
Don't even finish it. No. That man can piss right off.
Yeah, man. And listen, I told you, I watched an interview where the host of the interview praised that guy for a good 3.5 minutes, and it made my stomach curl just because the guy agreed to come on your fucking YouTube channel. You're going to tell everybody what a great fucking human being he is, but what the fuck? Have some fucking class. Have some fucking
standard. Fucking Mark.
YouTube's not going to like us at all.
That's fine. The people do.
The Arthur Ashe, any show in New York. There you go. Well,
no, I was just going to answer this real quick. Yankees.
Yoshida.
Isn't
he wrestling on Rampage? Isn't he taking on Moxley on Rampage this week?
Yeah, Yamashita, Takeshita, all that. No, it's going to be Shida taking on Jamie Hayter.
Yeah, who said that in the chat that Takeshita is going to answer the Moxley challenge? But
that's probably somebody.
That was probably somebody.
Right. Oh, yeah, 100%. But no, that is going to be interesting to see who takes on Moxley at Rampage.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a surprise. And I mean, I think I give Tony credit. Rampage looks good. It looks like it's lining up nicely. It's a bit, the go-home show, and you got to prove a point. And adding that match at the last minute, and almost like you can imagine if, you're paying attention, you're like, oh, fuck, right on the doorstep of our show, you're going to push this in. It's good.
Right at the very end there.
I give him credit.
JV says Hangman's going to show up and claim it. I was almost, wouldn't be a bad show, and I know because I've talked about
into a brawl.
Well, I was almost going to say, what if it's Shane Taylor? Because we haven't had Shane really introduced and everything.
I don't know.
Shane going over Mox? Interesting.
No, what? No. I could see.
I'm thinking of a way to avoid giving up the free Hangman versus Moxley thing.
No, but I think what it will. My shout is that Paige answers, comes out, it turns into a melee instead of a wrestling match, and they're like, "Fine, fuck it, we'll fight at Winter is Coming."
Fair enough.
Now Winter is Coming, stacking up.
Right. It's interesting when you do those special shows and you actually treat them like they're a special show, how it works out for you.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Tony's done, had a track record of doing all right on the special shows sometimes. I mean, it got a little saturated this summer where every week was a fucking special.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we'll see what he does. I'm looking forward. He seems to have a special sweet spot for Winter is Coming.
Yeah, especially. And we also, I will say this real quick, we have now 2 matches out. Well, besides the FTR versus Briscoes match added, we also have Dalton Castle and the Boys versus the Embassy in a 6-man tag team match for the Ring of Honor 6 World Tag Team Championship.
That's the one I was trying to tell you earlier when we were running through them. I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize they had added that match.
I just refreshed and just got it. So
that's crazy. So 2 more matches. So we had 7?
7 total. And so see John saying Takeshita versus Mox.
There you go. That'll be interesting.
Right.
The rumor is Tony's trying.
Yeah.
It out.
Hagen, late to the party as usual. Oh, goddamn you.
You fuck yourself.
FTR versus Briscoes. Hold the up. Oh, what did I miss? Yes, so
dog collar match.
Right. In a dog collar tag team match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. We're getting FTR versus the Briscoes, and what we're assuming has to be the main event of Final Battle.
Yeah, 100%. It has to be the main event. You can't follow this. And if this is potentially the last match of FTR kind of out in the indies, in AEW, it's going to be that moment where you want this to end the show. You don't want, like, the emotion in that building is going to be palatable. So you don't want Jericho and Cesaro following that up. And if you do it, you're fucking clueless. And I honestly, if Jericho's ballsy enough to look at Tony and say, we'll be fine, I'm the Ayatollah, it'll just show his arrogance and it will blow up in his face.
I went out with Hunter and followed up The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve, or The Rock versus Hogan, and we did fine.
That went swimmingly.
Right, yeah, no, that's the last dance, I feel, between FTR and the Briscoes. This is the finale of a trilogy.
It really is. It's the end of a story, right? It's really, really interesting, especially with the timing of it. So,
right.
The Briscoes sign with WWE. I don't think
one can hope, but I don't think it's likely.
It's high, yeah, just because of some of the red tape they have to deal with, and it all depends on how they feel they can, cover up the past.
Right.
Vince did leave, so it's a little trickier.
Who do you think will face OC for the All-Atlantic title Friday?
Sapien. Yeah, no, it's gonna be Kip. I like it though. You called it, like, as far as them being I could see them go a couple.
Oh yeah, I don't mind it. Well, you've been, like I said, we've talked about it. You've been a fan now since they've came back with Kip and Penelope.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I'm not jumping for joy for them, but I'll give the kid a chance. I like him better than I like Sammy. So,
Hagen, I want to see the OC versus the Briscoes versus the Usos. Well, don't worry, you're going to get to see that just with FTR playing the role of the Briscoes.
Right, exactly. So hold on tight. We will get that outcome, but
right.
No. With that being said, we're going to head towards the door, folks. Stay tuned. Click that little bell. Don't miss out on any of the action. We do appreciate you being here on a Wednesday night. Remember, tomorrow, Friday Junior, we'll probably be back with something. Friday, we got the doubleheader. Saturday, the mega stream. 2 pay-per-views minimum. We're going to start at 3:30. We don't know when we're going to stop, but we're here for all the shows. We just added Cliff to the team. We got things moving, and we're making things happen. So don't go anywhere. Thank you. Like, subscribe, share. Be a part of the family. And Nick, it was a pretty good night of wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. I was just going to end this with big things popping, little things stopping, up to something season never stops. And our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about wrestling, you better put that forward life with it. All right?
That's it, folks. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow. And on the flip side, maybe Friday. We'll see you. Bye.